Have you ever felt overwhelmed by a growing number of update paths and message constructors in your Elm projects? It can be a real headache, right? If that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into how to manage this explosion of complexity in your Elm applications. I totally get it. After finishing the Elm guide, many developers notice their update functions ballooning with multiple cases and message constructors. It can feel daunting, especially when you think about how this might scale in larger projects. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked how to manage an explosion of update paths and message constructors in Elm. They mentioned that in their experience, this could grow to 20 or even hundreds in larger projects. Sound familiar? Let's explore some strategies together. So what's the issue here? As your Elm application grows, the number of message constructors and update cases can quickly become unmanageable. This not only complicates your code, but can also lead to version control conflicts when multiple developers are adding new features. And stick around. I have some practical tips at the end that will help you keep your Elm code organized and manageable, no matter how big your project gets. To manage an explosion of update paths and message constructors in Elm, the user can start by organizing their code into smaller modules. This helps keep the update function manageable and reduces complexity. Next, the user should define a custom type for messages that can encapsulate multiple constructors. This allows for better organization and reduces the number of constructors in the main message type. The user can also implement a centralized update function that delegates to the appropriate module's update function based on the message type. This keeps the main update function clean and focused. Finally, the user should consider using a version control strategy that allows for feature branches. This way, each developer can work on their own feature without causing contention over the main message type. Fun fact, the Elm architecture is inspired by functional programming principles, which can help keep your code clean and maintainable. Embracing these principles can make a huge difference in managing complexity. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. One alternative approach is to look at Richard's implementation for the real-world conduit project. This method structures larger applications by introducing the concept of a page, which can have its own model, update, and view. In this setup, each page can have a large MSG, which is manageable. For example, having 20 or even 50 tags within a page is feasible, as shown by programmers at No Red Ink in their production code. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative approach to managing update paths and message constructors in Elm is to use a modular design. This user suggests composing your application by breaking it down into smaller components, like widgets. Each widget can handle its own messages and updates, which helps keep the main update function concise. Here's the tip I promised. Regularly refactor your code as your project grows. This habit can save you from a tangled mess of update paths and message constructors down the line. And there you have it. With these strategies, you can manage the complexity of your Elm applications effectively. Remember, keeping your code organized is key to a smooth development process. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips, and don't miss our next video on advanced Elm techniques.